Kingu and Triple H, they want to see their game. You want to do their game?
Sure.
Okay.
Alright. So this looks like a long game. Alright. 17 turn game. Let's see what happened. I love those longer games.
Oh yeah. Okay. So in this game, just to get it relatively fast, Heyheuhei choosing Brazil, Congo, Svalbard as his first three, followed by Myanmar, Borneo, Murmansk. This puts him in a position in South America and West Africa to get 2 4 bonuses in 2 turns. And then he does have that Scandinavia one, which he will probably focus on after that. Well,
Yep, that
2
South
4
America
bonuses in
picks looks
4
pretty good.
turns, not 3 turns.
Let's see. There were a few one-turn picks that people could have done. Scandinavia
Southeast Asia.
or Southeast Asia, but
Yeah.
they didn't try to do it, and I can't really blame them. They're pretty annoying sometimes if someone gets one of those other picks.
Yep. Okay, switching over to Kingu. We see he also went Brazil first. And then his number 2 and 3 are in around Indonesia. So apparently he wanted to focus on Indonesia.
Yeah, it looks like it.
He's got alternates in Myanmar, Svalbard, and Murmansk. Overall, good picks from both of them, in my opinion.
Yeah, they definitely aren't bad picks. South America is really a very good pick in this, to me anyway. It looks great.
Yep. Oh.
That
There we go.
spot in Panama, you know
Screen's fixed.
Central America is not going to be a problem.
Yep. Okay.
Since Congo, West Africa, that spot is so far away, he doesn't need to worry about it for a few turns, and he can get the whole bonus. If someone,
Yep.
No one would start in West Africa in this spot. They can't even expand well afterwards.
Yeah. Well, going on to the next turn, we see that Kingu getting Brazil, Heyheuhei getting his alternate picks in Svalbard, Myanmar, Congo, with Kingu getting Brazil, Borneo, and Taiwan. So Kingu got his first 3 picks. So he doesn't know where Heyheuhei is exactly. Heyheuhei, though, lost his first pick. And I think that was the only one that he lost. He got second, third, and fourth, yeah. Wrong button. Dang. Okay. Getting out of history. Spoiler alert. Okay. Okay, well, we see that first turn, Heyheuhei focusing in Western Asia. And, as expected, Kingu focusing in Indonesia.
You mean Western Africa?
Indonesia.
Sorry? No.
Kingu focusing in Indonesia.
You said Western Asia at one point, and I was wondering what you were talking about.
I said Western Asia?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Interestingly, we do see Triple H getting denied Thailand. However, Kingu has Malaysia, so now he knows that Heyheuhei is in Myanmar. What Heyheuhei does not know that he's in Malaysia.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty annoying for
Alright.
HHH. Man.
Oh, and Lolowut's back.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'll step out of this then.
Alright, this is... I really like the picks here by Heyheuhei. We have not been seeing a lot of great maps in this tournament so far, but we see that the experienced players know how to deal with this. I was more along the lines expecting Heyheuhei to get Indonesia, but it seems he did not.
Nope.
Alright. He has a great counter coming in for the South American bonus, and with that knowledge, knowing how to counter it, this is going to be quite a great game to go through.
Yes, and we do, and Kingu does end up using the knowledge of Triple H being in Myanmar from when he failed to get Thailand to block him from getting that, and now he has Indonesia. So at the end of turn 2, he's up by 4, and then they see each other in Nigeria, Brazil, and
So right here, Kingu is abusing the crap out of his positioning advantage, which is a great way to play against Heyheuhei, because you just never know how you're going to beat this such a great player like this. We see Heyheuhei decides that, hey, defense is just not going to work out, so let's finish Scandinavia, which was the best idea to do at this point, not being able to get West Africa or Southeastern Asia. So,
Yep.
Giving up the positioning advantage to gain back some of the gain a little bit of income, best move to go here. And also at this point, Heyheuhei knows all the positions of Kingu, but Kingu does not know that Heyheuhei has Scandinavia. He will soon because of the income.
yeah, Heyheuhei doesn't absolutely know that he's in Taiwan, but he could probably assume it, and then
Because of the income,
yes.
he's got to assume it at this point. Because there would be no other way to get Indonesia that quickly. So Heyheuhei at a disadvantage, but he's not in a position where he can't turn it around. So this becomes very interesting.
Kingu does end up blockading in Nigeria to protect in South America.
That's a very wise choice coming from Kingu. Heyheuhei obviously trying to stop that at any point necessary, not able to do it, which gives Kingu yet another safe bonus. While now Heyheuhei has to struggle to find another bonus.
Yep, and also he doesn't get a card at turn 4.
Things not looking good here for Heyheuhei.
Not at all.
But, we've seen great players be in bad situations able to turn them around.
Yep.
Right here, an instrumental turn, Kingu able to get that reinforcement card and able to get South America. And now it looks like Heyheuhei is going to prod into Taiwan and try to get that second border with Indonesia, his best option. And it looks like he's decided that the best bonus to go for at this point is West Russia, and I have to agree with him on that one. That definitely the best move right there. Because the only other one that I see that he could go for aptly is going to be the Middle East. The Middle East is not an efficient bonus. So,
yep,
best idea there.
And Kingu, anticipating him moving into Shanghai, puts a lot there to prevent that. But Heyheuhei doesn't even do that at all.
What nice fake coming from Heyheuhei to make Kingu spend that precious turn and income to try to block something that Heyheuhei does not end up doing, which gives Heyheuhei the nice turn to kind of set himself into West Russia, even though he's still down. We're going to see that Heyheuhei is going to be able to get back up in income. So he has not lost this yet. This is quite nice play coming from HHH. To be expected, though.
Ooh.
As we
Oh.
see an order priority card. Okay, so he uses his order priority to completely get HHH out of East China, and HHH with that great turn right there into Southeastern Asia, anticipating that Kingu was going to move everything into East China. What a brilliant move. And
Oh,
this right here is going to give HHH such an advantage in positioning. And wow. That blows me away that he was able to pull that one off.
Yep.
And he had to. Because if he hadn't, this game would be in much more dire straits.
Yep. And unfortunately, he does not quite get West Russia. Barely gets denied from that.
Denied.
If he had gotten that, then that probably would have sealed the game right there. Because as Kingu used his order priority this turn, Triple HHH still has his, so that he can use it next turn. That way he can get away from Hong Kong.
He can actually use his order priority to get into Indonesia and completely stop Indonesia, and that would give HHH such a clear income advantage that I don't think Kingu would have been able to get back up after that. That that was such a brilliant move coming from HHH. And as we can see, Kingu isn't going to be able to even complete East China because he's not able to border with the most northern territory. That, yet again, props to HHH on that move. That was brilliant.
Oh, yes. Except instead of doing the obvious, he doesn't even try to hit into Malaysia the next turn. He just expands. Starts expanding into Greenland, finishes off West Russia, and then uses the extra guys that he got from having Southeast Asia for one turn.
Huh.
He was expecting Kingu to hit down into Thailand, though. And hits from Myanmar, but doesn't end up getting that.
Kingu with the order delay card, I think HHH should have expected an order delay card to be played at this turn.
Yep.
And yeah, Kingu able to use full advantage with that order delay card. We do not see the strike onto Indonesia because HHH decided he did not have enough income to actually go into there. HHH deciding to prod into Greenland. I'm iffy about that because I don't know whether or not he's going to have enough time to expand into it. I guess at this point he's decided that, hey, this is going to end up being a long game anyways, might as well get that advantage into another territory. So I can kind of see it working into his favor as turns go on, but
yep.
At this point you just got to try to get back some positioning advantage.
And then HHH is expanding into Greenland, getting into a position to get all of that, the same turn that Kingu actually finishes in Beijing. So this means that for this turn, Kingu's up by 5 reinforcements at the end of it.
But it looks like HHH is going to get back that 5, being able to get into finish Greenland. And it seems HHH has turned this game more into about East China, as he is obviously going to go for the territory in West China to border all 3. So this is going to be very interesting, that area. Yeah, and Kingu finally able to close HHH off of Africa. I don't see how this is really going to help him that much because, one, he's not going to be able to get West Africa because he blockaded in West Africa. And 2, he's not going to really get an efficient bonus out of South Africa. So, don't really see that going to work out into his favor. HHH seems to be getting back up an advantage. If he's able to stop the Southeastern Asia, is going to be a very interesting game.
And Kingu does start expanding into South Africa.
Which again, inefficient bonus, but
Yep.
I guess it's his best idea to expand.
And then we're starting. And then he does take Shanxi to try to prevent that border with East China, and HHH
And
doesn't even attack into it.
yeah, he expects it, so he's going to go more into Inner Mongolia to be able to border Beijing. Or maybe he's going to anticipate that Kingu is going to go into Inner Mongolia and just make Kingu waste that turn. So we'll see how this goes. HHH able to stop the Southeastern Asia bonus and any movement into Western China. So very great move for HHH. He's finally getting back an advantage. Obviously, we see he has the army disadvantage, but if he's able to break a bonus, he's going to be able to get that army disadvantage gap closed.
Yep, he has actually less than half the armies that Kingu has. Kingu with 70, Heyheuhei with only 30. Even though they do have identical incomes, that army disadvantage is quite significant.
Yes, but HHH being able to move around much better than Kingu, it looks like he's able to use those armies a little bit better than what Kingu can. So, going on with the long-term game idea, it seems HHH deciding to go into Europe.
Yep.
Which, not really too bad because he has so many borders with Europe that he's going to be easily get it in 2-3 turns. I see that he probably get it in 3 turns quite easily.
Personally, I probably would have focused a little bit more on Canada.
I don't know that
they are the same size.
It would take again 3 turns to get that. So yeah, I think Europe was the better choice in this frame because he's able to get those borders much easier. So the luck does not give him a disadvantage. A little bit more interesting, we see more into Asia. Man, HHH just not able to gain much ground in Asia.
Yeah, he does get into
And
Mongolia, but that's really about it.
Kingu able to, oh, I see a blockade coming there. That's a little, I guess it's a little bit better for HHH, and now he knows that, hey, I can give up Southeastern Asia without any worries because now his opponent will not be able to get there. He still has such an army disadvantage, but all of Kingu's armies are focused on Asia at this point. That I can see that HHH a little bit positioning. He could get East China if he has good enough luck, and Kingu doesn't put all 17 on Beijing. Huh. I just see that HHH is trying to turn this into a long-term game so that he can gain some advantage with the European bonus. Kingu expecting that Beijing attack, but it will not come. As we see HHH flipping the focal point back into Southeastern Asia, even though I thought that he was not going to really do much. That's an interesting turn because now we see that HHH is going to threaten through Japan now, or make his opponent focus on Japan.
Yep.
And we see an order delay card coming from HHH, forcing Kingu to waste some armies against HHH.
Yeah, and Kingu smartly has the move from Myanmar and India as a transfer only. If he had had that as attack or transfer, then he just would have lost even more guys.
Yep. But HHH taking full advantage of his order delay card here. Gains that army disadvantage is starting to lessen the gap. But we see Kingu able to finish South Africa. Now HHH is at an income disadvantage as well as army disadvantage. It still just does not look good. But the positioning HHH is in, it seems that he's going to be able to threaten East China very easily. Yet again we have the reinforcement card, so the card disadvantage that HHH ends up having is pretty
yes.
Kingu just now figuring out about the blockade in southeastern Asia. HHH playing, they both play an order priority card, but HHH able to get the win in the order priority card. Next turn we see reinforcement coming from HHH, but at this point loses nearly everything in Asia.
Oh yes.
Looks like his only good prod is coming in from Japan. Man, things do not look good.
That big stack of 48 in Tibet. He's gonna have to hit that wasteland, otherwise those guys won't be useful.
Gaining the income advantage here, but it looks like it won't matter because, like you said, Kingu is going to be able to finish Western China, and rightly he should. Because he has such an army advantage that he can lose that army in order to gain the income advantage back. HHH pulling yet again another interesting move. I'm seeing what he does with this. Alright, he stops the Western China move. Oh man. You see, this is all chess moves because we see an opponent able to anticipate his opponent's moves to the point that he's able to somehow strag along this game that would be a lost cause for most players. So HHH able to do the unexpected, just like Sun Tzu taught us all.
And this does allow him to keep that reinforcement advantage as he starts expanding into Canada.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting moves, but now we see that Kingu is going to prod into West Russia. So suddenly, still not looking that great for HHH.
Then final turn, we do see that HHH putting a lot in Hawaii down to so that he can hit Solomon Islands. And then Kingu doesn't look like he put enough to defend that.
Mm-hmm.
He does start threatening West Russia.
Interestingly enough, Kingu does not waste his time defending
Beijing. So
Yeah.
so he loses 2 bonuses here, which is just downright terrible for Kingu at this point to lose those 2 bonuses. At a disadvantage of 10, still gains the army advantage, but nowhere to move that 38 stack.
Yeah. He was just outmaneuvered, especially those last few turns.
Yeah. Um, damn.
HHH fighting back from a seemingly impossible position.
I, I, I would not have been able to be able to salvage this game, seeing some of the major turning points of this game.
Oh yes.
That's incredible playing.
Yep. Good game.
So
Kingu, good game. HHH.
so Kingu ends up surrendering. Yes.
Yep.
And HHH is declared winner of this game. So this ends all of our first round coverage.